Hello everyone. Oh, it's gone crooked again. As soon as I go live it always goes crooked. Hello everyone, I hope you're okay. Apologies while I just jiggle you around a little bit. As usual, we have the setup. As soon as I get my camera into position, it starts to droop a little. So sorry if I make you a little bit seasick, just till we get things organised, but I think, sorry guys, bear with, just need to tilt a little. There, I think that's got it. Hello everyone, how are you all? Like I said, I hope I didn't make you too seasick there. I hope that you're all okay.
Hi everyone.
Evening. And Anthony's with us, yay!
I am here tonight.
He's here.
Never fear, I am here.
He's thankfully here to give me a little helping hand tonight. We are both quite tired, I think, this evening. We've had a busy week, as always. So, oh, let me turn my noise off. So yeah, so a bit of help is always welcome, and we're going to try our best to bring you some crafty inspiration. Does that seem quite straight to you, hon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi Esther, hi Jessica Brumby, hello Alison Jane Green, hello Alice Gadney, hi Angie McChesney, hope you are well. Hi Laura Ann, hello Lunan, hello Siobhan, hello Alison, to you too. Hi Vicky.
Have we got a full complement of Alisons yet?
I don't think so. We've got 13 on at the moment, so...
So it's people still finding us and so on, aren't
maybe
they?
they've been washed away with all this rain.
Yes, it's
miserable rain.
Miserable rain. Laura says she thought about you at work today. So one of her autistic kids told me being a teacher was boring, so I should go and do something exciting like become a fireman.
Wow.
That's quite
sorry to hear that, Laura.
harsh feedback, that, isn't it?
Understand though, you know, working with autistic children, they don't quite understand. But, you know, props to you for being a teacher. I mean, you have to be very patient teaching kids, especially autistic kids as well. Being a firefighter is just about breaking stuff and squirting water.
You make it sound so simple. Okay, so hello to Jane, hello Vicky, hello Siobhan. So tonight,
Jessica Brumby's got her crafty goodies. Glad you got them.
Yay.
They must have come like straight away.
Yeah, they've got
packed them.
Yeah, it feels
Day
like
before
kind of like today, but it was only only day before yesterday. So I got a couple of ideas of what I was going to do today. Because I've, like I say, I've not really planned what I want to do, but I think the weather's making me plan something or think of something. It's giving me a bit of inspiration, because we're having an awful, horrible day weather-wise. I don't know if it's the same where you guys are, but it is it was lovely this morning. And then it has been non-stop torrential rain for hours and hours, and Rosie has been in bed for hours and hours as a result, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's literally just been laid about like a slug.
Laid about like a slug. Oh yes, might use this actually. I've not used that. Ah, right, okay. Something is starting to formulate in my brain. So, so I thought I might do something a little bit weather related, using, I thought the little pig from the Hugs and Kisses set, Dancing Through the Rain, would be quite cute. And then we've got the Storms Don't Last set, which is a really cool set. And I like the sentiment, the greater the storm, the brighter the rainbow. So I thought that might be quite cool to utilise, and either use a rainbow in our background or make a rainbow out of our stencil, our raindrop stencil, as a backdrop, which I thought might be quite cute to do. So yeah, let's have a see if we can make that work. I've also, I like the sentiment in the All Occasions Critters set as well, which says, sorry you're feeling under the weather. Oh. Which is quite a good one as well for this weather that we're having. So let me grab some cardstock. Where would I have put some cardstock, would you suppose? Because I want a bigger piece actually than... Reorganised all my cardstock again. And now I can't find it again. But yes, I think I want to start with a bigger piece so that I can cut it down potentially to the size that I want once I know what my background's going to look like. And I've got an idea. I want to make it quite rainy looking. So I don't know whether to use maybe some of our mixed media paper.
Alice Gadney says she's sorting out her scraps mountain and just found the tiniest die.
Oh wow!
You've got to have a good sort out, haven't you, now and then?
It is
otherwise
good.
It just collates and hoards.
It is good when you find like things that you'd thought you'd permanently lost forever.
It's like finding a bit of treasure, isn't it?
It is like finding a bit of treasure. That's exactly right. And now, am I too close for you to be able to see what?
If you can hear the crinkling, it's because I've just opened a Mars bar. And I'm dipping it into my Earl Grey tea.
Oh, very nice.
I am that sort of person that dips chocolate into a brew.
I feel like I need to know quite where the... Let me move this down and see how much of the screen you can actually see, or how much of what I'm doing you can actually see. So I feel like I'm out of the shot a little bit. I know, but I need to make sure that people can see what I'm doing, don't I? So you see, this is already you've started on
what
me.
do you mean?
We've had none of this, have we, while he's not been here? None of this putting me under pressure. Just get on with it, he says. So, let me pull out my little trolley of goodies here. It's got my my little tile here that I can use to do a little bit of watercolouring on. And I'm going to use a rainbow of my inks. So, Richard of York gave battle in vain. That's what it is, isn't it? So Richard is red, or pink. Might use a bit of a pinky colour rather than a red. Abandoned Coral is like a pinky red.
Richard of York, red, orange, yellow.
Yeah.
Gave battle in vain.
Gave battle in vain.
Green, blue, indigo.
Violet.
Violet.
So Richard of York.
And that's how you remember a rainbow. That's right. Good.
That's how I remember it. I know there's this this Roy G. Biv that people talk about. I find it a little bit harder to remember that, but both work. So I hope you guys can see what I'm doing here.
Well, if they're looking at the screen, they will do.
Oh, I can see you're in one of those moods.
No, you're slightly
off, aren't I?
Slightly too much to the right.
Gave battle in vain.
Everybody else got a brew. Everybody sat there with a brew.
Are you too hot now?
Just turn this light and these lights on.
Under all these lights. So I'm just squidging all of my inks down onto, what colour should we go for? I feel like a bit of salty ocean. Onto my mat here. So that we can do a little bit of watercolouring onto our background.
You're loving a bit of watercolouring lately, aren't you?
Well, it's just something a bit different, isn't it? And I thought, you know, with it being watery out there.
You're inspired by the rain.
I was inspired by the rain, but I'm also inspired by the fact that I want it to be a bit more colourful and a bit more sunshiny. So I'm going to just put a little bit of water onto my paper already, and then I'm going to start by just randomly picking up some colours, and I don't really have a plan here at all, just that I want to create a rainbow of colours. So I'm making it quite watery as I come down, and because we can always intensify the colour later if we want to. So I'm literally just making a watery coloured background and just pull down a little bit so that you can see. And I'm conscious that I don't want to be too, so if I use this die, for example, I want to try and get as much of my colours onto here as I can, because oftentimes what I do is I forget that I've got 6 colours that I'm trying to work with, not just 5. So I just want to intensify that blue, because I do love this blue. And I'm just rinsing off my brush a little bit in between, but I don't mind if they mix up, because that all just adds to the effect. And then my final colour will be this Seedless Preserve.
I like a bit of Seedless Preserve on a scone.
Yeah,
with some
you
clotted
do,
cream.
don't you? Yeah, that's your kind
Strawberry
of Seedless
flavour.
Preserve. So just smooshing all that down with my, and like I say, there's not really any kind of skill happening here. I am literally just throwing this onto my paper, and you can see that my colour is starting to bleed and spread into each one.
Is that what you want? Is that
Which
sort
is
of
what I
effect you're going with?
Yes.
For, yeah.
So
It's
it
less
looks,
harsh, isn't it, with the lines, you know?
yeah, and it looks like then that it is, it's kind of raining on my paper. So I'm just going to move it around a little bit, because I do want those colours to move into each other.
Yeah.
But I don't want a muddy colour, so I'm just going to block that bit there. And then I'm going to be a bit noisy while I just dry this with my heat tool. And depending on where I apply that heat, that will push some of the water around as well. So I'm just moving it around. Dry that off. Dry it from underneath a little bit as well, to try and help with some of the warpage. Nice. Lovely. So that actually, I'm really quite happy with that as it is. So for my raindrops, I'm considering doing a bit of texture paste over this, which I know I don't normally do because it takes a while to dry texture paste. So what I might do instead of the texture paste is, I know what we did last time.
You want your raindrops that way up?
No, I don't want my raindrops that way up. Thank you for spotting that. But I could have just turned my paper the other way around. It wouldn't have mattered, would it? Really?
But your rainbow would be in
my rainbow might have been in the wrong order. So I could go for some clear embossing powder to instead to give it, or we could go for white. Should we do white embossing powder?
Yeah, why not?
So we've got some white raindrops. I like the idea of them being quite see-through though. Do you know what I mean?
Know what you mean, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Angie McChesney says that looks fab.
It looks really cool, doesn't it? I feel like you're not getting the full effect, so I'm just going to move the camera up a little bit because I'm working up here and my camera's down here.
Yeah, that's a bit better though.
That's better, isn't it? I'm on the wonk again though now.
Your phone's quite close.
I know, but it keeps dropping down. Yeah, every time I try and...
Sorry, we're just amending.
Sorry while I amend the view again. See if I can just tighten it up a little bit so it doesn't fall so much. My phone must be heavier than I think. Sorry if that's made anyone a bit queasy. How's that? That's a bit better, isn't it? Yes. I feel like that's better from what I can see anyway. It's warm in here with us both in here, isn't it, hon? Have you opened the window? Why don't you open the window?
Alice Gadney would like to know what the paper is. She needs some to do watercolouring.
The paper is actually, it's our watercolour paper. We don't have a lot of it in stock because I bought it as a bit of a trial to see what we thought to it. But I do really, really like it. So if you haven't already seen it, it is the Time for Tea watercolour paper. So I need now, don't I, need my my embossing ink. And we'll do it clear. But if I was you guys recreating this, I would definitely be inclined to do this with some texture paste. But we've obviously we're a bit short on time, and it probably won't have dried in time for us to be able to get the best out of it. So I'm smudging my embossing ink through my stencil so that as much as possible goes through that stencil. The paper is textured, so that's obviously going to give us a little bit of resistance. There's going to be a bit of a tooth to the paper, so I'm just really giving that a good smush through.
Is it multimedia paper?
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, 300 GSM.
So I do have some scratch paper in here somewhere. We need a little scrap of paper just to put my powder on. So I can see that some of it has appeared there. I don't know how much at this stage. But we shall soon find out. I'll give it a good coverage, and then I'm just going to tap it off. Oh, this actually looks like it's done quite a good job there. I don't know whether you'll be able to see that on screen, but that has done quite a good job. So and obviously you're not going to be able to see it massively, you'll just see this this nice sheen on the paper, hopefully, once it sets. So just bear with. I'll try it from underneath, but it's quite thick. It's very thick cardstock, this, or paper, so it may... Oh no, that's working. That seems to be taking. I'm not sure if you guys will be able to see this because it is clear.
You can see the raindrops on screen.
Can you? Oh, yeah. Just moving it into shot if I can, but also trying to dry it at the same time. It's a bit tricky.
I love the colour of your nails. I love it. We'll say that is that a coral?
It is a coral. It is, yes.
Very nice.
Why, thank you very much.
Very summery, even though it's not
even
summery
though it's not
at
summery.
all.
Well, you see, this is
I know
my attempt at being summery when it's not.
Probably like the 5th time I've mentioned the weather already, but it's so miserable.
It is awful. So Anthony has been for a walk today, haven't you? On a jaunt to take our car in to be. It was a bit of a mission. And yeah, it wasn't fun, was it, for you in this weather? I don't think.
It was not a very enjoyable journey back.
No. 2 hours did it take you?
Yes.
You had a 2-hour walk in the rain.
Yes. Soaked through, right through to my pants.
Right through to my pants.
Right through to my pants.
Right, so that is pretty cool. And I hope that you can see that on screen. So my paper, my cards are a little bit warped from the heat, but it should you know, dry down. But I think you can see the shimmer on there. That looks so cool.
Shimmy, shimmy, yo, shimmy, yay, shimmy.
I like it. I like that quite a bit. So, so now I need to think about what I'm going to do with my actual card, because that was about as far as I got, was background and a pig. So, so yeah, I'm not quite sure what background I want to put it on, but my little pig is very cute. So my little piggy, he needs to be, I think, what does he need to be? He needs grounding somehow, doesn't he? So I need to have a little think about how I'm going to do that.
Sylvia says, wow, looks so awesome. Alison Dean says, that's so pretty with the starry eyes.
Oh, thank you guys. So he's probably going to need like a little bit of something to ground him, or he could be in...
Could not be like floating?
I don't think he should be a floater. No. Do you? Ooh, we could do it as a slimline. A mini slimline might be quite cute. Or we could use, I do love these scallop ones. I just think they're really, really cool. So I think I am going to use one of these scallop ones. And I'm going to just have a look for some, for a card base. So let me
more
just...
card that she doesn't know where she's put.
Oh yes. So I know where my card bases are.
Oh, your card base.
Yes.
Base. Give me that card base.
So I've got a combination of different cards that we could use. I've got some craft card, I've got some playing cards, I've got all manner of cards, and I need some cardstock for my stamping. So here we go, we've got a whole host of pretty cardstock here. And I do like the idea of it being perhaps on one of these different card bases. So I've just got to see can hear the wind howling. So this one I think is going to be a little bit too big for this card base because it's an A2 size, but that's okay. We can make an A6 size out of some blue cardstock if that's what we want, because I quite like that colour, and that's my stamping card. So let's get this cut out, and I can just about get all of those colours in there, can't I? Just about.
Yeah. Yeah. You might. Yeah. If you move it up slightly.
A bit more red.
Yeah, you get a bit of red in.
That's always the test. And when it goes through the die cutting machine now, this will probably flatten it a little bit, which is good. Can I pop that there? Don't put your hands on it though, because you'll get ink all over you.
I'll put my face on it.
Don't put your face on it.
Okay.
No.
Right, Oscar, this is your message. Be a good boy for your mum. Go to bed.
What's the conversation? People asking about vaccinations.
And sleep well, Oscar, as well. You've got to go to bed and get lots of rest and lots of sleep so you can grow up and be big and strong.
Oh.
Yeah, Marie.
We call her Marie.
Has asked if anyone's been vaccinated. Joe's had her first
I've
one.
had one. I think Annalisa was going for hers and she was a bit worried about it, weren't you, Annalisa? I don't know how you got on. I was very tired afterwards, wasn't I, after mine?
Yeah, it wrote you off, didn't it?
It did a little bit. So now
I haven't had mine yet.
No, seem like you're a way off having yours, don't you? So on the blue, it didn't look as good as I thought it was going to do. I quite like it on the grey background.
I can see what you're saying about the blue.
Yeah, it was just a bit too blue, wasn't it? Or on the white background. I think white's got it, hasn't it? So after all of that, all of those fancy colours, I went back to white. Never mind, we tried. So I think on the white is going to look nice. I also quite like that way, but we've done our raindrops this way now. So so now I've got my little piglet. He seems a little bit lost in that space now, doesn't he? So let's have a think. I know what would be a good thing to do, because I don't want to cover up all of my my nice work here. So maybe a heart in some vellum.
Bit of vellum
Would look quite nice. She says, thinking about where she's put a vellum. Vellum. So I think I've got a piece of vellum there that would be big enough. Beautiful.
Vellum rhymes with venom.
Does it?
Rhymes
Kind
with
of.
venom.
So, surrounded by things again.
Yeah, quite a few people have had their vaccinations.
Have they?
Angie had her second one on Saturday. Annalisa she had hers on Friday. She got COVID arm.
She got COVID arm, yeah, that's a thing. COVID arm is a thing.
It's dropped off.
It's actually dropped off.
Yeah.
It's actually dropped off.
Laura Ann said only side effect was a swollen vaccine site and horrid itch second time round.
Oh.
So hope you don't get the itch.
No, I've not heard of that one, but yeah, I've definitely heard of COVID arm. I definitely had COVID arm. It was very, very sore. It felt very bruised.
Which one arm's it going to? Your left one?
Well, you can decide which one you want. most people pick the arm that it's not the dominant one, obviously, because you know, like you when you have your TB jab, you have it in the opposite arm, don't you?
Yeah, just the needle will just hit a wall.
Do you reckon? I'm sure it will. So we've got a little hot vellum now. That could be quite cute, couldn't it? There. So then it doesn't totally cover up, and it means then that he's got a little home to sit in.
Got a little vellum home.
Yeah. And then we've got the sentiment: the greater the storm, the brighter the rainbow, which would be quite cute. And I think we might do that in oh, we've got these lovely clouds as well. Oh yes, we're going to have some clouds as well, I think. Some vellum clouds. Genius, I like it. So we'll have some vellum clouds, and then I think we'll do, guess what we're going to do, Anne? Guess what we're going to do?
Smooshing.
No, what do we always do?
Heat embossing.
That's the one. That's the very one. So, see, you almost forgot, didn't you? Because it's been that long since you've joined us.
It's been a while since I've been involved on one, isn't it?
Yeah. So, do you fancy doing some die cutting?
Nah.
Oh.
No, I'm happy. I'll just...
You're just happy to just sit there, are you? Just sit there, minding your own business.
Monitor the comments.
Monitoring communications. Okay. I'm going to put that together because we'll cut those out in a mo. I'm going to pop that to one side, and then I think we'll get our little little guy stamped out.
You got anybody in mind that you might be sending this card to at all, or are you just going with the theme because it's just a bit...
Yeah, I was just going with the theme because it's so miserable outside, and I just thought he was a cute little character, and I wanted to use the raindrops because I've not used those raindrops yet, and I am inclined to maybe do some heat embossing onto my vellum as well, because I think that would be quite cute. So we'll come back to that. Let's get this guy stamped first.
What's everybody else like when they're making cards? Do they have like a person in mind or a theme? Do people, obviously you make them if it's some form of celebration, birthday, Christmas, whatever people might be celebrating, but do you ever just make a card and send it your mate?
Yeah, just for the hell of it. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm ever so much on the wonk. You didn't tell me that. I'm very much on the wonk. See, sometimes when we're on a live, I have I made it did really wobble, didn't it, when I did my stamping then?
Yeah, you whack it.
I am, aren't I? I need to be aware of that, I think, the jiggling. Sorry if that's upsetting to anyone. I didn't realise I was quite so heavy-handed with my stamping. Oh, look at him, bless him. So I'm just going to just twist you around a little bit because I feel like you're very much on the wonk there. That's better. So yeah, so on the Facebook Live, sometimes I have an idea, don't I, of what I'm going to do. Like last week, I was very much making a card for you.
Yeah.
Because we had something to celebrate, and then there might be occasions like when it's Mother's Day or Father's Day or something, like you say, you've got a very specific celebration in mind. So that's what you would do.
Yeah.
But then other times, other weeks, I'm just inspired by something that's going on at the time. So like, for example, right now it's the weather.
Yeah.
It's inspired me in the way that I want it to not be raining.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to create something that is fun.
No, I know what
out of the rain, but it isn't with anybody in particular.
Yeah.
in mind.
Yeah.
I suppose is what I am saying.
All right.
So, pig colours.
Pig colours, I'm going to say
colours.
variations of pink.
Yes, correct. But which ones? So they need to be a little bit salmony, don't they? So I've got some nice. Is that a tea rose colour? Because he's not.
Out the colours he's not going to be using.
I shall do presently. Because you don't want him to be bright pink, obviously.
Yeah.
Do you? That's not. You don't really see bright pink. Well, I don't.
Radioactive pig.
Radioactive pigs.
Yeah.
We don't want those, do we? That's such a. Oh, hello. What was that?
What was that? I don't know.
I don't know. We heard a noise, but we don't know what it was. Everyone. I feel like I'm a colour missing, but I can't be. So we'll go with the flow. So I am going to be starting with. What was that noise?
No idea.
The R11, and that's my lightest shade, and it's called Pale Cherry Pink. So I'm going to just give him a full.
Give him a full coating of that.
Full coating of that, yes. But do you know what? It feels like such a long time since I've done any colouring, and this is really nice, and it's on our super smooth. This is our pre-cut super smooth cardstock, and it just feels lovely.
It goes on a dream, doesn't it?
It does feel lovely to colour on, I have to say. And then this is the R01, which is the pinkish vanilla, which you would think would be lighter than the one that I've just used, but when I did my little test, it wasn't. It was darker.
Interesting.
Interesting. It was a bit more of a mid-tone, so that's how I'm going to use it.
The R01 pinkish vanilla.
So, just adding a bit of shadow. He's only a little image really, so he doesn't need too much colour really. And because he's all one colour, it is quite helpful.
You could do like, you know, like a hog type one where they're like a bit brown with white patches and
that would
like
be
hairy.
Yeah, or like a wild boar kind of.
Yeah, I think you go for like a cute pig.
I
If
am
you want
going
to
for a
make
cute
like
pig.
an uglier one.
Make an ugly pig.
For whatever reason.
Oh, poor pigs.
Oh, I love pigs.
No,
I think they're right cute.
they are cute.
Little fat little pigs.
Has our fat little pig gone out?
Yeah, she's
Little
actually
Rosie.
really cute.
Little Rosie has been in bed all day because of the weather. So, yeah, she's gonna. I can't imagine her wanting to be out late tonight though. So the weather's still too horrible. It's weather fit for ducks, as my nana would say.
Yeah.
So I think that's my little pig pretty much sorted. For his so let's have a look. For his umbrella, I'm going to pick out the colours that are on the outer edge of my my picture, because they won't overlap too much, if that makes sense. So I've just got to try and find the closest colour that I can to this seedless preserve, which is not the only. I love my Copic markers, but I have to say that their purple shades are not the best. They're not always, but you see they're very what's the word I'm looking for? They're not pinky enough. So the RV shade is probably closer to that seedless preserve, so I'm going to go with that one, I think. So that's the RV 66, which is called Raspberry. Raspberry.
Lots of people loving the pig.
Yay! It's because he's a cutie. He's a cutie pie. Oh, that might be my best bet. Yeah, that's my best bet, I think, for the purple. So I'm going to do the, sorry, I'm holding on to it instead of showing it you. The RV63 is going to be my purple shade, which is Begonia. And then, again, I'm just holding on to it instead of showing it you. I'm just adding the colour to the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to do my best to blend these together because they're not that close. So you know what we might have to do, Anthony?
No, I don't.
Tip
Tip
to
to
tip.
tip.
Oh, you are out of practice.
I am. Tip to tip.
Some tip to tip.
Claire Brumby's loving the piggy.
He is quite the cutie, isn't he?
I feel really drained tonight.
I know, I think, well, so shall we confess what we actually did the day before yesterday? Was it the day before yesterday when we went out? Tuesday. So we did go out, we had a little bit of a day off, didn't we, on Tuesday?
An afternoon off.
An afternoon off.
Yeah, we went out at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, so it wasn't really a day. But for us, it was a day. Yeah, so we decided that we were going to have a little bit of a day off, and we went for a little jaunt into our local town centre, would you call it?
Village.
Village centre, and went for a little drinky poo in each of the pubs in our in the centre of our village, and yeah, we were out quite late for us. We also forgot to eat along the way, didn't we?
Well, we planned to eat.
Well, we planned to eat, but then
because of COVID, they changed the time of when they were serving food until.
So it foxed us, didn't it?
Many drinks deep by this point.
Yes.
And there was no going back.
There was no going back.
There was no amount of crisps that could have filled
No, there wasn't, was there? And we were even too late for like the convenience stores. They were all closed as well.
Yeah.
So we were we weren't doing very well there, really, were we? So we were a little bit worse for wear, shall we say?
You were.
You
can't hack it.
Oh, right.
2-day hangovers, hun.
So yeah, we were a little bit worse for wear yesterday, and it was a bit hard getting going. And I think we're both still a little bit drained today, but then Ant has been on a great long walk in the rain, so you have an extra excuse over me. But yeah, I think just we're not used to this, are we? We're not used to going out. Have you just thrown some bits of paper at me there?
No.
Yes, you did. So yeah, so that's why I'm very appreciative that Ant has joined me tonight, because I know he's not feeling the best.
I'm alright.
So it's good. It's helpful to me as well, because obviously I'm also feeling a little bit tired. Green,
huh?
Green. So we'll go with a bit of green. In this top corner here, and the green that I used with the Distress inks is the Mowed Lawn, and I do feel that when it's watered down it looks a lot more like the Twisted Citron, which is a favourite colour. So that's why I like to use that one when I'm doing the watercolouring side of things. So loving his little watercoloured background, and his matching brolly. So yeah, it was nice to be out and about there, wasn't it? You know, with the COVID restrictions a bit eased.
Yeah, I've got to say, you know, everybody was very well organised and
They were, weren't they?
No issues at all.
They were. It was very impressive. Everybody, you know, checking in and making sure everything was safe and sound, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was good.
Really
it was
good. Really impressed.
So let's try. I'm thinking about maybe giving him. No, I'm not going to do that. I've changed my mind. I might go with more of a. Oh no. Thinking maybe a yellowish colour for the handle, because then that keeps up with our rainbow theme. So yeah, that's quite nice. I like that. So bit of darkness there. That's good. I like that. So that's our little piggy sorted. So we do have the coordinating dies for him. So let's get him die cut. And I think what I'll do is I'm going to use my little die cutting machine here because it's not as noisy for one thing. And I am being naughty because I've got all these little scraps of my stamping card that I'm just forgetting to use, even though I've organised them so beautifully. But I still forget to use them. Does anybody else do that? I'm sure we're all guilty of it, aren't we? So let's just line this up on here. While I'm on, actually, I should probably just, there's a couple of things I wanted to mention. There's a few things I need to mention, really. So one is we've got a challenge running at the moment for the month of May. To think about that. Using your dies. So, and that could be any of your Time for Tea dies, and you don't have to just use Time for Tea products, but obviously we'd like you to use your Time for Tea dies. Great prizes to be won. Jess was the winner of our last one and has received her goodies, like she said. So,
still very zoomed in, by the way.
I am very zoomed in, but I'm going to do a bit more stamping. So that's why I've stayed zoomed. But thank you for the heads up there. So please, if you haven't already, and you're making things with your Time for Tea goodies anyway, then why not enter? You could win.
It's easy to do, isn't it?
So easy. Have
a look for Time for Tea Designs on Facebook, and then
you should find
go onto the friends page.
On both the normal page and the so the page you're on now, watching us on Facebook, and the friends page. The pinned post at the top will take you to the challenge details and the link to the challenge blog, because we've got a new challenge blog. So that's something really exciting as well, just to let you know about, is that we have a separate blog for the challenge now, which I think is really, really cool. And it's thanks to you guys being so interested in the challenge itself. The challenge itself has meant that we've been able to do that. So yeah, so you can add a link to your entry, and then everyone else can see it and can vote on it, or comment, not vote on it, but comment on it, and we can all see your entries, which is cool.
And the winner's picked at random, so
that's right.
If you're thinking, I'm not going to enter it because I'm not as confident as some other people, You know, it doesn't matter.
Yes, please don't worry about that.
It's not about...
Can I give you a piece of paper, a scratch piece of paper? I did, didn't I?
It's not about who's the best. We want to see people just enjoying crafting.
Yeah, that's it, having fun with us. Yeah, definitely. So I'm just stamping this. I'm using my scratch paper here because I'm going to stamp this off my heart here.
We'll do some embossing.
We are going to do some embossing.
Do some embossing, baby.
I do love a bit of embossing. So I'm going to use...
emboss like a boss.
I'm going to use my tweezers just to grab this so that I don't want to do a little bit at the bottom there. Yes, I do actually. So I'm going to chuck, this is going to be white embossing powder now. So we used clear before, but I'm going to go with white this time. Now I didn't use my anti-static, so more for me because I've got a bit of a smudge going on. So let that be a lesson to you all. Don't do what I've just done. But I'm going to use a brush and just clean that up. It shouldn't be too bad in the end. So has anybody else been out and about since restrictions have lifted slightly? What's everybody else's experience been? Are we waiting until we're fully vaccinated before we go out in the world? I mean, I know it's not really been the best weather to be out and about anyway, has it?
Not this week. It's been quite miserable, hasn't it? Yeah,
which might be a good thing really, because you don't want everybody rushing out and then us being back to square one, do we?
Yeah, the worry is that we'll end up going back into another lockdown, but I think, you know, from what I've seen so far, when we did go out at one time, people have been sensible about it. It
did seem, like you said, it was very well managed. It was quite people were being sensible. Everyone was wearing their masks and things. And although I did find that, you know, the more time went on and the more, you know, kind of drinks that were had,
yeah,
the harder it was to remember your mask sometimes. But
well, yeah, maybe.
So I'm just going to pop that to one side for a second, just while I get rid of this bit of...
And she says they went for lunch on Tuesday and dinner last night.
Nice.
Yummas.
So, I know I'm still quite close, but again, I'm going to do a bit more stamping in a sec. So
you do you, boo.
I will, thanks. So I'm going to set this now. It's going to blow about a little bit. It should set quite quickly. Just this corner flapping about. Let me move my there we go. Cute. That's quite cute. So we've got our little bit there, and then for the I did want to, what have I done with that now? Let me see. My clouds. I think I will heat emboss my clouds also. So let's do in there so I don't lose him. And we'll just create some space here. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. just going to press that into there, and again I'm just going rogue with my vellum.
Going rogue.
It's quite squidgy on the vellum actually. It is, you know, it's quite squidgy. And then we've got a teeny tiny little one here as well. I'll just do a couple of those. In fact, I'm going to do 3 little ones. There we go. And then we'll chuck a bit more of the embossing powder on. Oh, chucked it all on. Oops. And let's put this back. Zoom back out again now because I think that's all the close-up stuff done. There we go. Excellent. And sorry about the noise again with the heat tool. Whoa, that took really quick. I love it. Hope that I got that in shot for you guys because that was cool. Heat embossed vellum clouds.
What?
What? Love them.
You're crazy.
They're cute.
You're crazy.
So I actually need to, what if I heat emboss my sentiment on vellum? Oh my god, I love this idea. Yes, yes. Got another bit of vellum. Why not? Then it'll all coordinate, won't it,
yeah.
Anthony? I know, I can see you thrilled. He's absolutely thrilled.
I am.
Buzzing with this idea.
So excited for it.
I can
I
tell.
can barely contain
I
it.
know, I can see. So I'm going to use my my Jabby platform.
Do you want
I don't know, thank you. You could see that it was, oh, you wanted it, I see. I thought you could see it was bothering me. I'm surrounded by mess. So I've not viewed a single comment. What's going on? What's happening in the world?
Everybody's loving your vellum love hearts.
Yay!
A few people have been out since you know, we were asking earlier.
Uh-huh.
That's it, really.
That's it, really.
Super cute, great.
So some more heat embossing. I've not used my anti-static powder tool, which may be an error. So let's give it a quick flick, so that we don't ruin the sentiment, because I don't mind most things being, you know, there's a little bit of a few dots on there, but you don't really want your sentiment to be ruined, do you?
No, of course not.
So
nobody likes a ruined sentiment.
no,
do
they don't. So I'm just using my my microfiber tool there to help me get a good impression, and that's done the job fabulously, I feel. So now I can come back in with my powder. Tap that off. Oh yes. Oh yes. There's a few little spots there, but that's grand. So I just pop this back in here.
I do love the font in that of that sentiment.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Good, isn't it? It's fun It's a fun one, and it's a good one to colour in if you're obviously if you're not heat embossing like we are now. Although you could still actually colour onto your vellum if you wanted to. So, but the reason for doing it this way was so that you could colour a rainbow into your sentiment, which is really cool. It keeps that kind of rainbow thing going on, doesn't it? Yeah. So let's get a bit of clean up done here, so that we can then move on to assembling everything and getting everything finally die cut and put together. See what this looks like, see whether we've got everything that we wanted.
Achieved the look.
Yeah.
Achieved the envisaged look.
That's it. The only bit that I'm still unsure about is whether he's going to look like he's floating too much. Yeah. But we'll see. I'm hoping that this is going to help ground him a little bit. Oh, that came off that one, didn't it? I've got my little cloud here. Is anyone crafting along this evening, or been doing any crafting today? What's been the crafty notions for the day? So I do have dies that will cut most of this out in the set. So we do have the one that will cut out our sentiment, which is really cool, we also can cut out the other sentiments as well, and then I can also cut out my little clouds, and they will have a little border around them, so you will still see the vellum. So that would work quite well. So I'm just going to cut these down so that we can pop them through the little machine, because that's going to be quieter and also easier for us to use. Bit of washi tape on my sentiment here. Oops, upside down. So I'm just going to do my best to line this up. If you're ever struggling with lining up any of your dies, because some of them are quite close to the outline of the image, then you can always just cut the outline out on its own out of some cardstock, line that up over the top of your stamped image, and then pop the die in the gap, and then you know you've lined it up in exactly the right space. So but I'm just going to go for it and hope for the best. I hope I've not cut off half my sentiment, but I don't think I have. That has come out absolutely gorgeous, so pop that there. Very happy with that, and pop that there. And then next one is our little clouds. So again, same thing applies really. You know, generally speaking, if you can't see any space, then you've probably lined it up right. But these are very close to the image, so don't beat yourself up if it does go a little bit askew.
Annalisa's working on secret projects, Siobhan. You're stamping loads of sentiments. Marie says she gets inspiration from you.
Oh, that's so cute.
Alison Chelsea, crafting along, but I'm bee themed as it's World Bee Day today.
Oh, of course, yes, I did see that actually, yes.
World Bee Day.
Very cute. So you see that's cut pretty much exactly on the line, which is really not quite what I wanted. I wanted there to be a little bit of vellum showing, whereas my little one, I've done it I've lined it up perfectly, and you can see there's that little bit of vellum showing around the outside, which is what I wanted. So, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. It's just a bit of
It's tricky, isn't it?
Trial and error sometimes.
Line it up.
Yeah. But what I might do is, because some of these I'm going to line them up so that they're going off the page, the bit that's not got the vellum around the outside, I can cut off. So, jiggle that one about a little bit. And I'll probably do it the opposite way around this time. So, that's why it's good to just use that space to help you line it up. If you've got time to do that, but we're crafting quick, so I think I've done it the opposite side this time. There, yeah, that one's definitely better, and the little one's perfect. So nailed it with the little one. So let's do another little one. See if we can make it 3 times in a row. Maybe tempting fate there with that. These are cute. They look like you made your own little vellum stickers here. I bet you could do that, you know. Make your own little cloud stickers. Very cute. There we go. That one wasn't as perfect as the other two.
The cloud is from the
Storms Don't
Last Forever set,
yes.
Annalise.
They are very cute. There's a really good mix of, because the dies that are in this set, they create your rainbow, so you don't even have to have stamped your rainbow. You could just cut that out of some coloured cardstock, or even you could have cut, you know, we've just done that background, you could cut them from that watercolour background. That would look really cool. And if I had enough of that background left, then I perhaps would do that, because that would look really cool, I think. Don't you agree, Anthony?
Yeah.
Yeah, not sure. Not sure.
I agree.
I agree. For an easy life. Right, I just need to blow my nose a little. Yes, Annalisa says she needs to use that one again soon. It's one of those that I put to one side because of all the new release, but actually it's so useful. Some really good, a couple of good sentiments in there. Really great for the current situation, really. So we've got our little heart background here, which is very cute, and then our little pig. Oh yeah, that looks cute. So I don't know whether I might do it the other way around. Yeah, and then we can have these little guys just in the background here. Yes, I think that's cute. I like that. That layout is giving me life. So let's move all our bits. So what I'm going to start with my background first, and to help with this curling and this warping, I'm going to use some tape, because that will really help. And I'm going to use some of my super duper tape, super duper thick tape here, because then that'll really help it stay flat. So one piece there and there, and it also gives us some lovely dimension as well, which we do love a bit of dimension. That's my pokey tool. I do really enjoy how it doesn't matter how many times I use all of these sets and all of the different elements, every time it comes out completely different. You know, there's so many different combinations that you can do. You're just never going to run out, are you? It's really cool. So to attach my little guy, because he's on vellum and I want him to have a bit of dimension, I'm going to attach him first, I think. Shall I have him popped up or the whole thing popped up? I think I might have him popped up, yeah. So, but I am going to attach him first with a little bit of, just with a foam square. Well, it's not really square, is it? But definitely made that more difficult.
Everybody's loving the background.
Yay.
I like the little addition of the raindrops on the vellum.
Yeah, it just makes it stand out a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'll pop that on there.
How are you going to stick that down the vellum?
I'm going to use, well, I'm going to use glue for this bit.
Right.
Because it's going to be covered up with the little pig. So you're going to be able to get away with having glue there. So that's quite handy. But for the sentiment, because we haven't got anything covering that up, I'm going to use a tape runner. We should be able to get away with that. So let me just line him up on here. A bit of a, I was going to put him at a jaunty angle, but then his puddle will be at a jaunty angle. So I don't really want his puddle needs to be straight, doesn't it? Okay. So I can actually use a little bit of glue to attach him. So, and I will only apply the glue if it wants to come out. Come on, don't let me down. Where the pig is. There we go. So then you won't be able to see it then, you see. So I'll pop him pretty much in the middle there. Oh, I've got some of my nail polish on him.
Oh no.
Can you believe it? He's got a little stripe of nail polish on his face, like he's been scarred.
Can't see it.
Bless him. The clouds, if I could find my words, will be easier because we've heat embossed them. So we can pop some of them up if we want to. I'm going to use my get in there. I'm going to use my tape runner here. I'm just going to pop it onto this bit of backing, just so I don't get it all over my work surface here. And then apply a good amount of that to our sentiment, and then I can unstick it from my fingers. Try and, it wants to curl, but I think we've pretty much got that on straight. So for the clouds, I think we'll do the first two flat, and I might pop up the little ones over the top of them. I'm going to let these hang over the edge because I think that looks quite cute. And I don't know if I'm going to trim that off yet or not. I might not. I might just let them hang over the edge. Biggie doop. So one up there, one down there. That's very sweet. And then maybe one there. How does that look? So we need some little bits of foam on the back of these. How does that look? That looks quite cute, doesn't it? So a bit of foam on the back of this one. Make sure it's not too long and you don't want to see it poking at the end. Does it want to be that side? No. I think I was right. That one can go in the background flat. My tweezers. And we'll pop that one just there. And then the final one will go with a little bit of foam tape, I think.
It's all come together lovely.
It's coming together, isn't it, now? But this is what I do love about card making, is that you can start off with nothing, you know, just a blank piece of paper, and then by the end of it you've created something totally unique, and something that then you can gift to someone as well. It's not just something that's just going to, you know, sit to one side. It's going to be there. You're going to be able to give it to someone and hopefully make their day. So I think I'm just going to add a little bit of tape on the back of here, just because that bit's sticking up a little bit and bothering me, and I didn't want it to. And that bit as well, just there. We can just. Sometimes it's a little bit tough to get the tape quite where you want it, but that's oh, see, that's on my finger. So I think that is pretty much done. In terms of just adding a little bit of I think maybe we'll go with glossy accents actually, rather than the stickles. So adding to that idea of the raindrops in the background and the little bit of the effect of water and rain, then maybe some glossy accents will be, oh, there we go, you can get them working. So a bit of glossy accents on the puddle that he's dancing in. Got a few bubbles there, just try and get rid of those. Although it just makes them look a bit frothy. And then I think we'll add some of that glossy accents to the umbrella as well, because I was going to add some of my white jelly roll, but when you add glossy accents over the top of the white jelly roll, it just wipes them out, so there's no point doing it. But I will add some to the pig. So
Love a bit of a glossy accent.
Yes, and some white jelly roll.
Yeah.
We always have to have a bit of white jelly roll accents. Oh, I'm mad about that though, that I've drawn on him. Can't if I cover it with my white jelly roll, then maybe it looks like it's meant to be like that. And then for his for the eyes,
Alison Blomfield says, "What is jelly roll, please? Sounds tasty."
you can't eat it, I'm afraid.
It's a type of like gel pen, isn't it?
It's a gel pen, yes, and it's they come in different types and different versions. So we've got a few different versions in the shop. We've got like a black gloss liner, but then you can also have a black glaze pen as well, which is what this is. And this one is one that I use just to add some gloss to eyes and to the nostrils here. Just makes them shine a little bit. So the white pen is an opaque white, and that just lets you add some highlights. But you can also get, there is a silver stardust and a clear stardust version of them as well, which adds a little bit of silver shimmer as well to your projects. So they're really nice selection to have in your stash, just to add some little accents, because they're not expensive. They last for ages, and they just do, like I say, just to add that little finishing touch to your project. So I think our little rainbow pig might be done. Let's zoom in on him a little so that you can see him a little bit more clearly and see the shine of the raindrops in the background, and then the heat embossed ones in the foreground. I'm really happy with that. To say that I had absolutely no idea what I was going to do.
You literally like,
I was just,
we sat down having something to eat and you're like, I don't know what am I going to
do. But I knew I wanted to do something that was going to cheer us all up from this awful rain, and I wanted to use some products that I've not used for a while. So yeah, so I think mission accomplished.
Boom.
Boom. What do you think, Anthony?
I think it looks grand, yeah. Loving all the different ways that you use the vellum. And obviously,
not used
heat
vellum
embossed
for a while.
clouds, raindrops, and a sentiment. I feel like you. And what did you do for the raindrops on the back of the card?
I used clear embossing.
Clear embossing, exactly.
Yeah.
So you're just an absolute embossing mad.
I am embossing mad tonight.
Embossing mayor.
Well, I hope that you've all enjoyed it, and I hope it has inspired you. Marie's saying that she's got a bit more inspiration, so I hope it's managed to inspire you, and I'm the same, Annalisa. I love it when it all comes together in the end. And thank you all for joining us. I did say there was a couple of things that I needed to mention before I go. One is that we do have a video up on Facebook that Natasha has done for us, one of the design team, a really cool set of cards made with the patterned papers. So if you're looking for more inspiration and you haven't seen that yet, do head over to the YouTube channel. And also stick around and keep an eye on the events page on the Facebook page, because we will be having extra Facebook Lives next week to launch the new release. So we do have a new release coming to you next weekend. It's really, really exciting. Loads of fabulous products and loads of wonderful inspiration from the team. And I will be here with you on Wednesday and Thursday next week, showing you the exclusive sneak peeks of that new release. So yes, I can't believe it's next week already. Madness. So yes, so please do look out for that. You're gonna absolutely love it. I'm not even lying or nothing. You are gonna love it. The design team have all loved it as well. So I'm really excited to share it with you. So please tune in next week. And like I say, head over to YouTube for some more inspiration from Natasha, and I shall see you all really soon. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.